Hi friends, and welcome to today's episode of Piano TV. I am Allysia, your host, and today we are going to be looking at 4 exercises for the 4th finger. Now the 4th finger is the bane of most piano players' existence. It's the weakest finger, and people ask me about how do I get my 4th finger stronger all the time, so I thought I would pool together 4 simple exercises to get you started. These exercises are going to be appropriate for you if you're somewhere in that late beginner, early intermediate stage. But I try to make them accessible to people of a wide range of levels by making them easier or harder depending on your level. You can kind of customize them a little bit. So anyway, what we are going to do is go through each of these 4 exercises. I have a PDF that you can download where these exercises are contained. Just visit the website, pianotv.net, and the associated blog post, or just click the link in the description bar and that'll get you there. All right, let's get started. So as I just mentioned, these exercises can be adapted to your level. If you're more on the beginner end of the spectrum, then what you'll want to do is play all of these exercises hands separate, and you'll also want to go quite a bit slower than what I'm going to be demonstrating today. I'm not going to go super fast today, but in general, you want to aim for accuracy. So for you, if that means going hands separate really slow, then that's better than flying off the handle, because we're training our 4th finger to have control. But your 4th finger doesn't learn how to have control if we're just kind of like blasting and mushing our fingers on the key. We have to learn how to very specifically move those muscles slowly before we can learn how to move them quickly. And if you're a little bit more advanced, of course, feel free to play around with tempo, and also you can just do all of the exercises hands together. The first exercise is just a little ditty I made up that basically involves alternating back and forth with finger 4. So the first exercise is written with the right hand and then it's written with the left hand, but it's the exact same pattern. So here's the pattern. I'll show you really quickly. So we're alternating with 4. We're going 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. And if you're a beginner at the piano, you don't have to do this exercise in full. You could literally just do that in 5-finger position. Go 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4. But for I like integrating other skills and stuff too to make it a little bit more challenging. So here's what's written down. So we're doing the 1, 2, 3, 2. Then we do the same pattern, but we walk up a step. So we go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. And that gives us a little bit of practice with our keyboard geography wandering up and down. And it's the exact same exercise in the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Again, if you're just starting out, you can keep it in this 5-finger position. That's totally fine. Or you can wander down. And again, like with all of these exercises, start slow. Start with a steady rhythm, even if it's some of you might really struggle with this pattern, and then you can progressively speed it up as you go. The next exercise is from Biel, and his Opus 30, The Elements of Piano Playing. It reminds me of Czerny's finger exercises in that they're... Czerny has some exercises where it's just like 1 bar of drills, and that's kind of what this is. Now, I don't normally like spending time on tuneless exercises like this, like just finger drills, but they are useful, and I find these ones to actually be fiendishly difficult. They're very, very challenging. There are 2 ways to practice. So you know how people say that it's a good thing to exercise, say, while you're watching TV. So when you're doing a stationary activity, like sitting in front of the TV, moving your body can be one way to counteract some of the downsides of sitting. So you could actually do these finger exercises while you're watching TV, maybe a couple minutes here or there. So I pulled down the cover of my piano so I can show you how I would do these finger exercises on just a flat surface. Now, for those of you who are beginners, this might be the only way you're able to do this exercise. These are quite challenging. So the exercise involves moving fingers. We're going 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1 in the right hand, okay? But there's a challenge, because that's like one layer of challenge. Some of you might think that's kind of tough already, and that's okay. But to make it actually more challenging, we have to hold down finger 2 while we do this. So finger 2 presses down, stays down. We go 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1. And even just practicing this on a surface can be quite an exercise. So once you got the hang of that and you want to up the ante, you can try it on the piano. You're holding down finger 2, 3, 1. Oh, sorry, water minus 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1. And then in the left hand, it's kind of the same thing, but in reverse. We're holding finger 4. 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, 1, 2. I notice in the left hand, my pinky is much less coordinated, so it's a bit more of a struggle. And we can go through the same process with the second exercise, where the finger pattern is 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5. Okay, once you got the hang of that, 1, 3, 2, 5. We're holding down finger 4, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5. So I'm kind of just, this is again the kind of thing that you could practice just using a flat surface. And then now I'm ready to actually play. So 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5. And you only need to spend a couple minutes on this. I wouldn't make your fingers sore doing this, but that's the gist of the exercise. And then the left hand, 5, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 1. That's already a little bit challenging for me, I'm noticing. But the next level is holding down finger 2. So 5, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3. Whoa, I said the numbers wrong. 5, 3, 4. Whoa. 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3. There we go. It takes a little bit of work, but these are fun. One thing I mentioned a lot of times on this channel is how awesome 5-finger scales are for building coordination. So a 5-finger scale is what it sounds like. You just play 5 fingers, the first 5 notes of a scale. Now, why these are better finger exercises, I think, than full scales, is full scales you barely use your outer fingers. You're basically just going, like every now and then you'll hit finger 4 and 5, but not really. You're mostly using your inner fingers. And a 5-finger scale works all 5 fingers equally. So I do recommend doing those to strengthen your 4th finger. They're going to strengthen all of your fingers. But I didn't include those exercises in today's 4 exercise PDF. I did pick number 3 as a variation on the 5-finger scale though. So for this one, we're not going to be using our thumbs at all. Our thumbs are strong, and since they're an appendage that kind of sits outside of our other 4 fingers, it's a little easier to be coordinated and move with the thumb and be independent with the thumb. So since our thumb's so strong and mobile, we're going to just leave it out of this exercise entirely. We're going to do a series of 4-finger patterns. We're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 up a scale. You see how C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then I'm done. Now, the reason this is such a great exercise, one thing I see my students do all the time is lose control and kind of fly away with the notes. So instead of keeping a clear, distinct sound with each note, like that, you get kind of this. They kind of mush. It's like, especially the outer fingers don't really want to work on their own, so you'll get, they kind of slide together. And this is super common. It's just one of those things that we have to work on as piano players when we're fine-tuning our fine motor skills. So that's why I like this exercise. We can go really slow for those of you just starting out. Really specific. Make sure every note comes out clearly. And once you're more adequate at that, you can work on speed. But make sure those outer fingers, and in the left hand too, make sure those outer fingers aren't mushing like that. Really, really, really common. So even if you're like, I'm not going to do that, you might be doing that. So just pay attention. One way you can avoid that, you can try playing loudly. Sometimes playing loudly forces us to really think about those notes that tend to mush. Another thing that you can do is play staccato, which can be little challenge for the outer fingers as well. So there's lots of ways to practice this one. And depending on how nimble you are, you can work on speeding it up, which is why I called it exercise and speed. Maybe there's a speed. I'm trying to, where do I start flying off the handle? That's probably my limit before it's like where I would need to practice to get it faster before my fingers start mushing. So that's another fun one to play with. Our last exercise is actually a little excerpt. It's an etude study piece. And this is from Pierre Gallant's, it is called Little Lopsided Waltz, and it's in his book, Clowning Around. You can find it in the grade 3 studies book. I believe it's in the new studies book. It might be in the old one, but I think it's in the new one. Okay, so the reason this is such a great little exercise, I really like this one. First of all, it's an actual piece, so it sounds nice. It's not just like a bunch of random exercises. I like that it has a left-hand melody, which is a little bit more unusual. It has a highly syncopated rhythm. We're having accents on the weaker beats, which creates a really kind of funky sound. It's a neat rhythm there. And we're moving around with our fourth finger a lot, which is why I chose it for this video. We're basically going, all of our moving in the left hand is dictated by finger 4. So our finger 4 is kind of being our guidepost hopping around, and as such, we're using it quite a bit. I also like that the right hand's nice and simple. We're just doing triads. So one thing I would do when practicing this one is start with the hands separate, because you really want to map it out. Your hands are both moving around a lot. You're shifting positions in the right hand and the left hand. So you want to kind of get comfortable with each individually. Now, getting your hands together can be a little bit of a coordination challenge, so you want to start real slow. So just a nice little thing. I played that at a moderate tempo when you're feeling a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, oh, I messed that up. Too fast for me. Too fast for me. Anyway, that's the gist of it. You want to keep your right hand nice and light so that it doesn't overpower the left. Anyway, it's just a fun little exercise to get your fingers moving in a musical way. As I mentioned in the beginning, you'll find a link to these 4 exercises for you to print off and practice in the description bar below. I hope you enjoy them. Please let me know how it goes. And if you enjoy finger exercise videos and stuff like this, I've done a few more in the past as well. I think we've done 5 exercises for hand independence and for finger independence. And I believe we also did one on working with the metronome. So more exercises and stuff. Some of you guys really, really like exercises, so I like to share them from time to time. If you have any ideas of other types of exercise videos you'd like to see, just let me know, and I'll catch you in the next video. Talk later. See you later. Right hand, and then it's written with the left hand, but it's the exact same pattern. Michael, can you grab her?
Yeah, I'm right here.